Welcome to Confidence Rockstar podcast, a place where you will find inspiration, motivation, and, let's say, kick in the bottom to take action and create the life of your dreams. I'm your host, Alex Grzybek, and I'll help you quiet that little voice inside your head saying, "You can't do this." So you have the courage to go for what you've always wanted on your terms. Every week, I'll bring you some confidence golden nuggets, present an awesome interview in order to empower you to step up your game. It's time to choose happy and shine. It's time to become a confidence rockstar. Let's dive deep. Hi everyone, it's Alex Grzybek here, host of Confidence Rockstar podcast, and welcome to the next episode of our show. And today I'm bringing you amazing guest again, all the way down from Australia, Sally Prosser, and I'm so thrilled to be speaking with Sally today about how to have a voice of confidence. So, Sally, hello, welcome. Thank you very much for being here.
Alex, so great to be here. Hello.
All right, guys, thank you. You know what? She is going to be a superstar here today. And let me just quickly introduce Sally to you. I'm sure that she will say a little bit more about her in a moment, but let me just give you the background. So, Sally is a voice and public speaking coach with 12 years of experience in media, including TV and radio news reporting. She is also a TEDx speaker coach, helping thought leaders present their big idea with impact. And in 2022, she was named Young Entrepreneur of the Year for PR and Media in Queensland. And also, she is rocking TikTok, following of over 340,000. Well, this is amazing. So we will definitely talk about that. So, Sally, tell us a little bit more about what you do, because I kind of told a little bit about you, but what you do and how do you help people become better speakers and make an impact and have this voice of confidence.
Oh, Alex, thank you for that introduction. That was so lovely. I am all about the voice. This is the instrument that each of us carries around everywhere we go. And no matter what kind of speaking we're doing, whether it's online or on stage or talking to our partner or our kids or at a wedding, we're using this instrument all the time. And I've found in my experience that many people, and if you're listening or watching, you might be thinking, oh, I haven't really thought about my voice. And I find that to be the case. Yet there is so much we can do with it when we learn how our voice works and the range that we can play with. It's like this superpower inside you. And when you can walk around and know how to use it, you can definitely have impact. And I know in my life, it has been so useful. Of course, my career has been quite voice focused. I've done media and speech and drama and company spokespersoning. However, for me, it's so much more, because I think about my life, and sure, it's good to be able to use your voice on live television and do a nice PowerPoint presentation. Yet my favorite speech is when I spoke at my best friend's wedding. And my most challenging speech was when I did the eulogy for my dad at his funeral. And so for me, I really believe that when you know how to use your voice and truly express yourself, that is when you can create really great healing in your own life and also really live up to your potential of what you want to do here.
Well, this is amazing what you are saying, and also the way how you are saying it. Yes, I'm just in love in the poses you are making, and I don't know, using your voice like differently, not just like talk, 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 but it's so, so, so powerful. And I do believe that you do that with your clients, of course, and like people that you help with. So tell me, like, tell us, like, who do you work with and what do you help them with?
Yeah. So my clients range from business owners to professionals, mainly business owners at the moment, although although there's always a mix. And it's such a range. Some people are really at that end where they're saying, I'm doing a TEDx talk and I don't want to put the audience to sleep. What can I do to make it interesting? And with those clients, we do a lot of playing with vocal range. So you might like to hear a couple of the things you can do with your voice. So the first one is changes in your pitch. So nobody wants to sound like monotone, all on the same pitch. So learning how to go up and learning how to go down. And then matching that with particular words, because what this is all about is matching our voice with the meaning of what we're saying. And anyone, I know when I first went on camera, I was like, hi, I'm Sally. And it must have been terrible. So we want to match the voice with what we're saying. So with pitch, for example, if in the TEDx talk, they might be talking about a vision, and vision is like up here. And then they'll have a line about how they want to get to the heart of the problem, down into the details. So if you can just use pitch, for example, and you can say, I've got this vision and I want to hear how you feel deep down. From sky high to rock bottom. And you can use that change in pitch. It can be really captivating. And then there's the pace, how fast or how slow you go. And as you mentioned before, Alex, there's also the use of pause. So being able to hold the pause for a little bit more than what you're comfortable with. And this takes practice, right? Because often we're like, oh my gosh, if I stop for too long, what are they going to think, So it's having that confidence to pause. So all of those types of things. And then some of my clients are wanting to do an Instagram story or wanting to show up online so they can share their business idea with the world. Most people start businesses so they can really share what they love with the world. And a great way to do that is by talking about it. And we need to talk about it. We've got social media, this beautiful gift that's completely free to be able to reach our audience. And Alex, you've got this podcast, I've got a podcast, and I'm sure most business owners would say it's from meeting people at events and getting out there and talking, right? So there's this great opportunity. And so I work with some clients on breaking through what is that fear holding them back from speaking. For me, I have done a lot of speaking in my life. And I did mention about speaking at my friend's wedding and my dad's funeral. Yet when I was 28, I found myself in a romantic relationship with a man who was beautiful and dashing at the beginning. But over time, things really broke down and I didn't have a voice in that relationship. There was a lot of lying, a lot of confusion, and I was feeling very isolated, very alone. I'm sure people listening can relate to this. My family wasn't into this guy at all. They could see that he was trouble. And I just told them that I broke up with him and then continued to go out with him. Because I didn't want to tell them. But the thing with that meant that I was this keeper of lies. I was lying to the people I loved most, and I became more and more isolated and my voice retreated more and more. So it was this weird time in my life where I was showing up for work and speaking on national television and going home and not being able to communicate at all. I became really withdrawn. The relationship became very controlling, became violent at one stage, and I lost my voice during that time. And there was one moment where he ran down the hallway and he had like a chair upturned and chased me down the hallway and it kicked me onto the bed. And I was so afraid in that moment, like petrified. They say it's the fight or the flight. I was definitely the freeze. I was just like, I couldn't scream. I couldn't say anything. I was just completely paralyzed. And a little while after that, I was lying on my bed at one of the lowest points in my life. And I had so many feelings of guilt and shame and all of that that comes with being in that kind of relationship and lying to the people you love. And I felt this little fire. And I didn't know whether I was going to scream or be sick. And I could feel that rise up through me. And I let it out with a big like, oh. And I felt this kind of force, energy force. I'd like to say it was a spirit, but it's energy force rise out of me like the phoenix rising from the ashes. And when I felt that energy come through me, I was like, what am I doing? I have spent my whole life using my voice. I know how to use my voice. And God damn it, from this day, I am going to use my voice. And I decided then in that moment that I would also make it my dharma, my mission, my life's purpose to help other women find the fire in their belly and also use their voice. And in the beginning, it is being able to speak up in your relationship, being able to speak to your family, being able to look in the mirror, right? And speak. And so going back to the voice, what got me through that, Alex, that time where I was like, all right, how do I get back my voice? I started doing voice exercises. You know, I did the breathing, I did some humming, I was doing tongue twisters, I was doing crazy tongue twisters. And through using my physical voice, I was able to reawaken that inner voice, that inner fire inside me. And so that's why I'm so passionate about, yes, if you're up to the TEDx stage, awesome, like love that, get up there. However, if you are at that stage where you couldn't even imagine doing that, you can still learn how to use your physical voice to help you overcome what it is you're going through with losing your inner voice.
Oh my God, it's amazing what you just said. I had the goosebumps when you were sharing your story, and it's, well, thank you so much for sharing this with us, because I know that it's very personal. So thank you. And it's important what you are saying, because like many people think when using their voice, it's like that, oh, I become a spokesperson, I will be a president, or I will be, I don't know, Oprah or Tony Robbins, yes? And they're like, well, maybe not. I will skip that. I don't want to do that. But what you are saying here is like to have the courage to use the voice, even in the intimate relationship, which unfortunately for many is a struggle. So how would you, what would you say, like, let's just kind of pause here for a moment, like when somebody is having a trouble to use their voice, either with the in the relationship with, like, I don't know, husband, partner, whoever, or in the family. For example, my family has been like, it's been like a lawyer's family forever, and I don't want to be a lawyer. I'm afraid to speak up. And like, in the circle of like relationship, close, like family, how to use this when we are terrified because we may think that we have nothing to say.
Oh, absolutely. And there is a lot of layers to this, isn't there? Because there's different fears that come up. I often say people aren't afraid of speaking. No one's afraid of the speaking itself. It's the speaking scenario. The speaking scenario presents a situation which allows our existing fears and insecurities to like pop out like a pressure point, because we'll know that there'll be certain situations that we'll be fine with, and even certain people will be like, oh, I don't want to speak there. So it's a great mirror to look at yourself and say, right, where is the area I need to work through? And so we'd start with the mindset work. And that's where the voice starts. Our external voice is a megaphone for our internal voice. So there's lots of different ways. Something I find really interesting is, you know how you can hear people's emotions in their voices? Like you could hear if I'm like angry or if I'm really upset, you can hear it in someone's voice. You know, when you talk to a friend and you can just hear from their voice like, oh, you're not okay, are you? You know, or you can hear when someone's on holidays. They're like, wow, you sound relaxed. Are you on holidays? They did some study out of a university in Sweden, and they found that it works the other way around as well. So our emotions don't just affect our voice affects our emotions. And so this is really brilliant information for us, because it means that if we want to feel more excited, more motivated, more inspired, then speak in an excited, inspired, motivated way, and that feeling will come back. You know, so maybe when you're going to speak to that person that you might not be sure you want to speak to, it's having that conversation in the mirror with the emotions that you want to feel and get across. And this is a really great one for business as well. If you're having, actually anyone in life, if you're having a bad day, just speak in a really excited voice. Like, Alex, this is not a joke. Guess what happened to me today? I did a masterclass and I forgot to hit record. I needed to redo it later. So what we could be like is, oh my God, I forgot to hit record. How annoying. If we say, oh my goodness, I forgot to hit record, then you'll straight away feel more humor about the situation, right? So we can use our voice to affect our feelings.
Oh, yes, it is definitely, it's interesting what you are saying this, because like today I was like recording also like another podcast episode, like solo episode, and I was talking about the power of the language, actually, that our words create our reality. So I didn't really consider that it affects our emotions, but you are absolutely right. Yes, you are absolutely right. And it works magic. And when we know how to use this tool, we can use it to our advantage, yes, and to our benefit, and not to feel down at all.
Yeah, and in manifesting, it's great as well. You're absolutely right. We speak our reality into existence. And so if you're talking about the future state, I am running a multi-million-dollar business. I'm so excited to be living my dream life, expressing it with the feelings of what you want.
Exactly, and in the present tense, as you are saying, yes.
Oh, definitely present. Yeah, present tense in the moment. I did a workshop on that actually. I should remember this. Manifest with your voice. That's what it was called. Manifest with your voice.
Exactly. Oh my God, brilliant. All right, so we already know how to use like the voice when it comes to close relationships, but you are saying that we can use it in business as well. And tell me, because as you probably know, most people are afraid of speaking, public speaking especially, yes. And apparently there has been research done that public speaking is #1 fear in the world. Death is actually the second. So people prefer to die rather than to speak in public. So let's just talk about the business owners, because we have like listeners who are like female entrepreneurs, business owners. So let's say like somebody has a business and has online business, and they know that they need to be present online. They know that they should be doing, as you said, stories, lives, doesn't matter which platform, yes, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, doesn't matter. And they know they should, but they are so afraid to do that. So how would you, is there anything that you can help us with how to overcome this fear to at least start? Because we know that once we start doing it, we'll get better and better. But this first step is always the most difficult.
Yeah, it's like that big boulder, isn't it? Like that big rock. It's hard to get moving, and then once it gets the momentum, it keeps going. Oh yes, it's that beginning stage, and this is where the courage comes in. starting any new habit can be challenging. You know, you want to get up early or go to the gym or whatever it is. It's having that courage. And what drives courage for showing up is your mission, your message. So be very clear on what it is that you want to say and why you want to say it. So instead of going, oh, I need to be on social media because that's what I'm supposed to do, because if I go viral, then I'll get lots of sales. You know, it's looking beyond that and really getting to the heart of, what message do I have for people? What do I want to share? Imagine you have your ideal client in front of you, and we've all got problems that we're solving, and they are desperate to hear you. Yet they can't hear your voice. It's like there's a barrier in between you and that person. And it's because they're on the other side of the world somewhere, just with their phone in their room. And the only way for you to reach them is to put up your camera and to talk to them. So doing that visualization exercise of, oh my gosh, there is somebody desperately in need of what I have, and they are sitting just on the other side of that camera. And stories on Instagram are a fantastic start. They disappear after 24 hours. Voice noting is a really good start, right? Just warming up. You know, you don't want to go from never speaking at all to, oh, hey, here's a stadium with 8,000 people. So what are the small steps that you can be doing to build up to it? And I'll share one other technique which has really helped me, because as you say, the fear of public speaking is really up there. It's called a glossophobia. Glossophobia is the fear of public speaking. Gloss, it's Greek for tongue. It's like the tongue phobia. And the number one fear is actually fear of not being enough. So like that fear of rejection. And it's so closely linked to speaking because we are totally exposed, aren't we? Like when we're speaking, we are really putting ourselves out there online. We are really exposing ourselves. And it's that fear of not being accepted, being kicked out of the tribe, being cancelled. I like to say, you know, I want to get to a stage where I'm famous enough to be cancelled. You know, like get to a stage where if you were on the national news and they said Sally Prosser cancelled, people would know who I am, you know. So don't worry about being cancelled if, you know, cross that bridge when you come to it. And so I visualize that I live life in a disco ball. So I'm in the disco ball and you go out online, you're going to get some comments, you're going to get some judgment, and you get to decide who comes to your party and who gets reflected right back on them. So for me, ugliness gets reflected right back and other people get to come to the party. And that's been a really great technique. When I went viral on TikTok for, I've been viral a few times, and there was a pronunciation video that went viral for all the wrong reasons. Alex, who would have thought pronunciation of words was so controversial? Like people were really angry about it. And they were saying that I was a dangerous woman and that I shouldn't be listened to. And my intention was completely misconstrued. And I was like crying on the couch of my therapist's office. Like, oh my God, nobody loves me. And she shared that disco technique with me. And it helped me so, so much. And breaking through that barrier of not being liked is so liberating. You know, so because once you break that, then you're free to really get out there and do and say what you like. So be the disco ball, start small, and pretend you're speaking to your ideal client on the other side of the world.
Exactly. Who needs you? Yes. Who needs to hear your message today? It's beautiful what you are saying, because especially when we go out there, the online world, it's dangerous out there and it's beautiful out there. And when we are going to stop because somebody may judge us or say some nasty stuff, then we will miss helping out so many other people who need our support, who will feel empowered, inspired, motivated by listening to us. So, just accepting that, it may be nasty out there. However, when you reflect it back, as you are saying, you are much more powerful and you can reach your people. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So Sally, so tell us, to finish up with when it comes to confidence and using your voice confidently in business, in life, in relationship, in anything. If you can share with us, I know that you have much more, but two little nuggets that are like the most powerful or the ones that can be used straight away to feel this confidence in our voice and be able to use it to our advantage and to make an impact.
Yeah, fantastic. The first one I would share is to lean into gratitude. It's impossible to feel fearful and grateful at the same time. So if whenever of those fears come up of, oh my gosh, what will they think online? Just remember, Wi-Fi was invented in 1997. So if somebody from 1996 was like, hang on, let me get this straight. You're scared about, like, you're telling me that you can pick up a phone and you can make a video and it can go all over the world and it's free. Like, that's cool, right? So it's leaning into, wow, isn't it amazing that we have the ability to reach these people, that we have the ability to use our voice? So many people do not have that privilege. There are many parts of the world where women's voices especially are silenced. And there are many people in the world who don't have their voice metaphorically and physically. So if you do, use it, God damn it, I say, right? You are so grateful, use it. That's the first one. The second one is do a daily voice warm-up. When you're getting up and you're in the shower, have a little hum. Is a really quick way to do it. Do a few tongue twisters, do a little bit of Shakespeare. Recite your manifestation. Just intentionally work with your physical voice, because like a muscle, when you work with your physical voice, it really will be there for you, especially in those times when you can feel that inner light getting a bit smaller. Your physical voice can be that fan for the flame. And a way to strengthen that is daily voice warm-up. And I actually have something that would help with that. I just thought of that, Alex. I have a little freebie called Pep Talks in Your Pocket. It's called Pep Talks in Your Pocket, and it's little audio tracks which take you through a voice warm-up, a breathing exercise, a speech warm-up, a little bit of a mindset pep talk, and also a posture one as well. So there's 5 tracks, and I will give you the link to that so you can share if you'd like.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Sally. It's amazing, what you said. It's like changing the perspective, changing the perception of the things with this gratitude, how really blessed we are that we can, and especially women, many years ago we were not allowed to even vote or to have the voice at all. So it's very, very powerful that we have this tool and we can use it. And thank you so much for the gift. So all the links to them to connect with Sally and to get the gift that she was talking about will be in the show notes of this episode. So Sally, thank you so much for being my guest today. It's been a really amazing and valuable episode. I absolutely loved your voice and everything that you shared with us. So yes, if you can just tell in a couple of words where people can find you, that will be brilliant.
Oh, absolutely. I would love to hear from you. I would love you to slide into my DMs. I'm at Sally Prosser Voice, and that's on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. And you can also find me on LinkedIn. Definitely not an international woman of mystery. You'll find me online. I'd love to hear from you.
Perfect. And also, Sally and I will be both speaking at the Women Thrive Summit upcoming event, which is the most powerful event for women this year.
Yes, I'm the opening speaker.
Really? Yes. I think that we're on the same day, actually. So you're the opening speaker. I think that we're on the same day.
Alex, you're right after me, I think. Yes.
I think so. Yes.
The opening duo, so great.
Exactly. Yes, because this is about the voice. Yes, I'm talking about like using the voice online as well. And so, exactly. So tickets are available right now. We will share like the links in the show notes of this episode. So we really would like to invite you to the summit. Over the last few months, we had the opportunity to spend some time with Sally and other amazing speakers. And I'm just blown away how many fascinating stories there are and how much knowledge and experience and powerful tools will be during the summit. So definitely come and join us. So Sally, thank you so much once again. It's been a pleasure to host you. Anybody who was listening the podcast, I highly encourage you to jump to YouTube and look at Sally, with such a big smile and the expression on her face when she's speaking and using her voice. So exactly. So it's very, very important to see that as well. So yeah, thank you, Sarah. It's been an honor to have you in, and thank you very much.
Thank you.
Guys, if you enjoyed this episode, please share it with other people. They may need to hear this message today, and let's spread the word about it. So thank you so much once again, and I will speak to you in the next episode of Confidence Rockstar podcast. Bye-bye. To get started on your confidence journey, I invite you to grab free 5-day email course, Confidence Rockstar. You will get 5 daily lessons sent directly to your mailbox, so you will have access to them anytime you like. You can grab this gift on the website alexgrzybek.com/5 days. All of the links to this episode you will find in the show notes below. And one more thing. I want to invite you to my personal website, alexgrzybek.com, where you'll find other podcast episodes and more of the free resources to help you on your confidence journey. Bye for now, and I'll see you in the next episode.